Most of us have credit cards with rewards programs, and whenever we use one, it feels pretty good, like we're getting a bargain. But are we really getting the best bang for our buck? How many airline miles can truly be redeemed? And do those promised cash rebates really come through? Melody Hobson joins us from Chicago with a look at the best cards for you. Good morning, Melody.
Good morning.
So these are the ultimate something for nothing, but they're not a good idea for everyone, right?
They aren't, because a lot of people find themselves spending to get the miles. In fact, the data shows that people who have rewards cards spend double of people who don't have rewards cards. So one of my recommendations is they're best for people who pay off their balance every single month.
And what is the most important thing to look for when you're choosing one of these point cards?
Well, of course, you want to start with the fees. So what are you paying at an annual percentage rate? What kind of annual fee are you paying? You start with the basics first and foremost. Then you want to make sure you get a card that tracks with your actual lifestyle. So 41% of people with rewards cards say that they rarely, if ever, redeem the miles. So you want to make sure you have miles or points that you want to redeem. So if you don't drive, you don't get a card with gas as a reward.
I guess that makes some sense. That's good, pretty good advice. But let's get to the specifics right now. What's your number one card?
Okay, so my number one card is the card that I have in my wallet. It is my absolute favorite because it is a charge card, not a credit card, meaning you can't carry a balance, you can't chase rewards and spend more than you can afford, and that is my green American Express card. Not gold, not platinum, not black, just plain old green. I think this is the very best. Now, the thing about this card is you get 1 point for every dollar that you spend, you get double points if you book your travel through American Express, and you get triple points at certain retailers. You can redeem the points at 20 different airlines, hundreds of retailers. There's no annual percentage rate because you can't carry a balance, but there is an annual fee, and they are non-negotiable about it. It's $95, but I actually think it's well worth it.
And it does your policing for you. Airline mileage cards.
Okay, so I am not a fan of airline mileage cards where you can only use the miles on one airline. I think that's very challenging, even if you're loyal. My favorite is Miles by Discover. I think that's one of the best cards out there. Now, you get 1 mile for every dollar that you spend, but you get double miles for certain travel that you might book and certain restaurants where you might spend money. But you can spend the miles on any airline, and to me, that's extraordinarily important, and there are none of those pesky blackout dates which make travelers so crazy. And last but not least, this card comes at a good value, meaning the annual percentage rate, the starting rate for people with the best credit is 11.99%, which is lower than the national average.
That is pretty low for right now. How about any runner-ups?
Okay. I like the Capital One Visa No Hassles Miles card. Now, that's the card where they have the really funny commercials with the Vikings that we all have gotten so used to. Now, the way it works is you get 1 mile for every dollar that you spend, up to $1,000 in a month, and you get double miles on the next $1,000. Now, I do not recommend you spend to get those double points. That's a bad idea. But again, any airline you can travel on, no blackout dates, and the miles never expire, which is fantastic. Now, it has a higher annual percentage rate, starting rate of 13.9%, but that's offset by the fact that this card has no annual fee, which I think is pretty good.
We are also starting to see these cashback reward cards get more popular. What's your favorite there?
Well, Discover was really the pioneer of the cashback card, and the Discover More card is one of the best out there. Now, you can get up to 5% cash back if you spend over $3,000 in a year. And again, this is where I get really concerned because it pushes you to spend more. If you spend under $3,000 in the course of a year, your cash back is more like 0.25%. So to put that in perspective, $2,500 cash back on that is $6.25. So this is not a lot of money. So don't chase the cash back by spending more money. But it has a low annual percentage rate of 11.99%, which is pretty compelling.
We only have time for one more. What's your favorite card that can be used for all kinds of different things?
Well, I think the Chase Sapphire card is a really good card. And I like the fact that Chase makes it super easy to redeem the points. And that's something that can be very challenging. Some people, you get all these points built up, and then it's impossible to redeem them. But they have a program where you can actually redeem your points almost like credit. So you're at a counter and you are buying something for $50. You can redeem 5,000 miles right there, or 5,000 points.
Okay, Melody, thanks very much. You can get more tips on our website at abcnews.com.